Hey everybody, it's Margaret, and it's that time. It's Monday, which means it's time for the weekly sales update. So, yeah, I feel a very strong correlation between listing and getting a lot of sales. So, as a lot of you know, I only had about 2 days of actual getting a lot of work done. There were a few listings here and there. But yeah, so if you see, the sales are not up there, they're okay, but yeah. They're not where I would have liked them to be, but that's okay. It's a new week, new start, and let's just jump right in and see where we are. Let me get right down here. Okay, so the first thing that's sold, or the first item up that I'm sharing with you, rather, is this sugar shaker muffinier. It's a Limoges, and it was something that was from my grandmother's collection. So it cost me nothing. I took a best offer of $23. And so after shipping and fees, my profit there was $16.46. Ooh, I'm going to jump back over here so I'm doing all my eBay and then the Etsy. Excuse me. This is a porcelain hat pin holder, and it had some flaws and chips and things, but I disclosed all of that in the description and everything. This was also something of my grandmother's, so it cost me $0. It was on sale, so, or did I get a best offer? It was just a very strange number, that's why I think it was on sale. It's sold for $15.29, and so after shipping and fees and everything, my profit there is $10.57. Next up is this fabric, and I've got to say I'm super glad I started picking up fabric. This is kind of a heavier weight fabric. As you can see in the back, it's white, so it's more like an upholstery type fabric. And I was looking, if you look along the edge of the fabric, you can sometimes see the maker and this is the line. It was called Apache. So anyway, I was able to list it because 1996 considered vintage, but it's also a supply. Even though it's sold on eBay, I had it cross-listed. So yeah, I paid, this was a really great sale. I paid 50 cents for this at the charity shop, and it sold, wait for it, it sold for $80.32, you guys. Yes. I went, I looked up the maker, Maharam Fabric. Their fabrics are pretty pricey, and then on top of the fact that this is not made anymore, so I could call it retired. And there was a good bit of it there. It was, let's see, how much was there? Over a yard. It was, let's see, yeah, 3 yards. So, yeah, it was a really good sale. So take a look at the fabric, when you're over there, if you're looking at the patterns, if you're looking for embroidery kits, take a second to flip through the fabric that they may or may not have at your thrift stores or garage sales. So anyway, after shipping and fees, my profit on this fabric was $67.88. And I've got to say, I watched Thrifty Business with Jay and Nadine sells fabric, and it was kind of after that point I started really looking more into the fabric to pick up. I mean, if I saw a cool fabric, yeah, I'd get it if it was vintage and just totally different. But now I really actively look and see, is it good quality? Does it have a, interesting design? Now, Southwest is not my thing, but it's somebody's thing, so you just have to go with it, right? All right, next. These stamps sold. It was a set, new. They were like clocks, and so of course I threw that steampunk keyword in there, and it was a whole set, comes in the plastic box, So I picked this up for $1. It sold for $25. Took a best offer, and so my profit there was $17.33. That's some good return on these this week. Some weeks the return is smaller, but that really helped out a lot. This pewter rooster pendant, I was kind of surprised at how much I paid for it. I put down that I paid $3. I think I might have even paid a little bit more, but it's been a really long time. So anyway, yes, this pewter rooster pendant sold for $18.10. So after shipping and fees, my profit there was $10.05. And next, this is a lot of Legos that I picked up. And there are just tons of different Legos and weapons and accessories and things, minifigs. So I sold a lot of minifigs. I picked this up for $7. I sold them for $19.99. After shipping and fees and everything, my profit there was $13.38. That's okay. Some of them I might have been able to part out individually because some of them are a little more rare than others. But I'd rather just make it happen, right? Is that a thing? We can make it a thing. And then some more vintage wrapping paper. This one's a Panda wrapping paper. I got this in that big lot for 10 cents. I took a best offer of $9.99, and after shipping, my profit there was, I've lost it now, $5.80. So those are the sales on eBay. Let's look over on Etsy. And this just sold, actually sold today, and I boxed it up. And it is the Bates address finder, and I could not find it in my bookkeeping, where I list everything. And I know I just got this, and I remember I was in a haul, but now I couldn't remember exactly what I paid for it. So I paid for $1 for it, thereabouts. I'll have to go back and watch, I guess. But it sold for $27.99, you guys. And the funny thing is, I took it because I cross-listed it. So it sold on Etsy. I took it down on eBay, and then I got a message literally within 5 minutes from somebody on eBay saying, hey, you took this listing down. Did it sell? I'm really interested. If you put it back up, I'll buy it. And I said, I'm sorry, it sold, So, yeah, you got to strike while the iron's hot, I guess. So yeah, after shipping and fees and everything, the profit there was $19.68. So it was well worth picking up. Pretty cool, pretty cool. Next up, this is another one of those men's collar pins. And I like to thank Mad Men for that, because the dudes in Mad Men wear that under their little tie, pops the tie up, This was one that I got in that little baggie. There were 3 in there for 10 cents. And this one sold for $17.99. So after shipping and everything, my profit there is $16.16. Pretty good. This was also something of my grandmother's. Where did they go? Here it is. So it cost me nothing. It sold for $24.99. And after shipping and fees, my profit is $23.72. And finally, this was something else. These are they're cards that little note cards with messages on them. They're not like cards or even big enough to be postcards, but they're scented, they're floral scented, and they were just interesting. I guess, you could slide it into a lunchbox or a gift or something. I don't know, a care package. But anyway, they were, let's see, okay, 10 cents because it was in that big lot of wrapping paper I got at the auction, And these sold for $12.99. There was a set of 12 of them. So that was pretty good. And so after shipping and fees, my profit there is $12.94. Pretty good. That's it, right? That is it. That's everything. So my profit for the week was $213.97. The amount spent to make that profit was $12.80. So it was a pretty good week. It's been a pretty good week for me. I mean, you guys know I have that goal. I'm trying to save money for our trip coming up in the end of June, so we still have time. But I'm hoping, to pick things up. I've got a shipment to go to Amazon in there that needs to head out, and yeah, you just gotta list it. If you got it, you gotta list it, right? So that's that. And that's all I've really got for you today, you guys. Thanks so much for checking out my sales update for the week. I hope your week is going really well. I see some of my friends' updates. They are doing very well, and I'm super happy for them. And I hope yours are going just as well. But like I said, 3 days last week of not getting any work done really, makes that nosedive into less money. I don't know. I couldn't think of a good analogy for a pool of not enough money, but we'll think of something. All right, all right. I'll talk to you guys later. Go out and enjoy yourselves, and we'll see you later. Bye.